Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Hey, Steiny. Good morning again.
Hello. How's it doing? How's it going?
How's your day been? It must be pretty late for you right now.
Yeah. Cool. So Twitch seems good. Apparently YouTube is not complying.
Yeah, pretty much. YouTube's like, nah. We're doing okay, Steiny. Pretty tired at the minute, but it seems like that's the same every morning. Just a lot of work on at the minute, you know. So we're both pretty tired out.
Just finished FMAB8.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, cool. That heard good things about that. India's watched that. I have fallen asleep because I was so tired when you first watched that.
It is good. Yeah, I think YouTube's having a few blips at the minute. Not quite sure what's up, but things don't seem super smooth.
I think they're trying to get like um a new like dashboard together behind the scenes. Maybe they've, I don't know, tripped over a wire.
Maybe. Morning, Tibbs. Tibbs is wondering, is the one on the left the kid from that new Ghost movie?
I don't know who the one on the left was. Rolando gave me reference, and so I just drew the reference.
So maybe?
Yeah, there's very well potential there.
Welcome to the Twitch side. The Twitch side.
I mean, I still have the tab open, I think, with the reference.
Well, then maybe it will say that.
And don't have the tab open with the reference.
Never mind. Well then. I have a couple of frames here that I need to fill in. So I'm going to try and figure out how to do that. I'm going to try and ink straight and hopefully I won't completely screw it up. And what are you up to this morning?
I don't know. I was considering trying to do an anime version of this character on the left. Or
Have I come to
something.
a conclusion on the colouring process of this animation? I haven't yet. I think I still need a couple of days to finish it off completely. And then I'll be asking people for some help. What do you think you would colour it in if you had the choice? Because I could provide colour reference sheets for people. It just feels like it could be asking for trouble to have several different people all work on it in different softwares.
But you need to provide rasters for people that aren't using Toon Boom, and you need to provide them palettes as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then I have to get those all back from separate people, from separate programs, and then assemble them all together. Willing to set your differences aside for Krita. You two could get along. It would be massively helpful, Steiny, to be able to have a hand. I mean, colouring always goes faster, but I'm not sure how well I've joined up these lines, you know? It could be frustrating to colour. How do you colour in Clip Studio? Is that an easy process?
There would actually be a trial version of Tomb Raider as an option.
It would, but then you'd have to teach everyone how to use it. So it's probably best that people just use what they're comfortable with, you know? It's true, I just think gathering those sequences back from a ton of different sources might be difficult. Like if something doesn't match up, then it would be someone having put a lot of work into something. I don't know why it wouldn't match up. Maybe I'm being paranoid? What do you think, Doig?
I think just the number of different if you split from vector to raster, then there's an additional pipeline that needs to get figured out per scene, per shot, per person.
What do you mean?
Like if someone's going to color the Toon Boom file, you just give them the Toon Boom file, and they give you the Toon Boom file back, and you handle render and exporting later. If you go raster, someone, not necessarily you, has to export the Toon Boom file, give all the render files, upload all the render files available, and then the person getting them needs to upload all of those, and then go from there. And export all the files back downloading. So there's an overhead of getting raster stuff back and forth.
Right, I see. Yeah, like in one I can assemble it in Toon Boom, and on the other I could assemble it in Toon Boom, but I'd be importing a heck of a lot of individual PNG sequences and then exporting them out again.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily have to, like, once they're colored, you'd get the color exports back from them, and then you could assemble those in After Effects.
So where would we be putting the backgrounds on? In Toon Boom, in everyone's individual programs, or in After Effects?
Background?
Yeah.
They'd be done separate.
So in After Effects?
After Effects.
Right, gotcha. I think it makes the most sense to do it as a sequence if we're going to use other programs, a PNG sequence.
Yeah, we wouldn't want MP4 because it will have some loss.
Because then we'd lose the transparency and have a hard time getting the backgrounds on. I think the appeal of Toon Boom is that you can like assemble everything in Toon Boom and then just do one export. But honestly, like whatever is gonna be able to get me more helping hands is probably the better option.
Yeah.
Like if I have one person helping out in Toon Boom, then it might be better just to have a couple of people helping out in Krita.
Yeah, as Tim says, if you're going back to Toon Boom to assemble them, then use Toon Boom. Going straight to After Effects, then you can diversify it. It just takes more prep time.
And I guess more time shaping up the files.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm open to any software at the minute. Because I don't want to, if Hardix the only person with Toon Boom, I don't want to put work on Hardix's plate at the minute because I know that he's got like a fair amount on. But I was considering asking Sarah Casey if she would help me color.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, like it would allow you to work in whatever you're most comfortable in, Steiny. If I could just get you a PNG sequence and a palette to color drop from. Well, Stanley, that'd be like massively helpful. So I'll probably take you up on that if you're okay to do it. And I'll let Umbolto know, like, who helped me out with all the colours. I could really go further with this this in between. Maybe I don't need to though. Maybe it's okay for it to be a slow one. Sure thing, Steiny. I'll let you know in the next couple of days, most likely. Because if the deadline's the 27th, that's only 9 days away. And I don't want everyone to be too rushed colouring this. There's a lot of it. Although I do know that colouring usually goes faster. Depending on, you know, how the program handles it. Is Clip Studio good at handling colour? Because I know that Toon Boom is very good and fast with it, but I've never used Clip Studio Paint before. Hey Willa, good morning.
Howdy.
It's designed to do comics. I'm assuming it has a fairly robust colour system.
If you're colouring comics in there, it should do.
It's cool that it's actually designed to do comics. That's pretty awesome. Oh, that's awesome, Willa. You can tell. We have one new mic. It's the one that I'm using. Because I won the wrestling match over it. And Mike's still using the old one, which means there might be a bit of an echo because it picks me up again.
But it's definitely less ambient, sort of. It's definitely less like picking up the sound of the room and stuff.
Why is Aaron suddenly off where he's meant to be again? Sometimes it just happens and I have no clue why. I must have deleted a key somewhere. Is he off all the way through is the question. No, he's not off at the end. So he's off there and they're off there. Oh, I see. It was because of this thing that I did. No doubt. Okay. So I just need to pop this at the beginning again. And then he should be back in the right place. Awesome. I just put a key in the wrong place. On the bright side, that means I don't have to do the arm, I guess. The arm which I've done, which was hidden behind the piano all along. Never mind though. sounds really cool, Steiny. I'm hoping that in the next Glim issue I can do it traditionally. That's my plan. Because it would be amazing to have the pages, you know, physically.
Yeah, I really like how we've still got the North pencils. I got us a kind of portable file system, so we've got all our prints stored in there now. They used to just kind of be stored in a box. It was a bit of a rigmarole trying to unpack and pack them, and now they're just carryable and sortable and good.
Yeah, super accessible. Anytime anyone wants a print, we can just whip it out now. Yeah, I know, right? There's something really appealing about having physical pages to your comic that you can look through afterwards and you can have framed up and stuff. Although I would always feel weird about framing up my own work.
No, I would still color digitally.
Yeah, we'd probably scan it in and then scale it down. I'd have to draw it at A3 or something. We'd have to essentially look up the size that Declan uses and try and replicate that. Yeah. Get those finger paints.
You'd probably know where to get good.
Paper would probably be expensive though. I might go a bit thriftier with it.
Okay.
Because the thing with the paper being expensive is I really get worried about screwing it up. And that makes me more likely to screw it up. Because I'm terrible under pressure.
We're actually looking to sell our A3 scanner. Someone might be interested in getting that.
And we're interested in the money. So it's a win-win scenario. Our scanner's really bad though. Well, actually the scanner's great. It's the printer that's the problem. This is a scanner printer. Luckily this guy doesn't want it for printing apparently. Because we have warned them.
Yeah.
It just guzzles so much ink. And then it hardly ever actually prints off what you want it to. We would probably borrow Declan's.
Yeah, there's 2 scanners here.
If he'd be okay with letting us use it. Like, as long as we're not trying to scan it while he's on a deadline, he'd be okay with it.
He only tends to scan when it's at the end.
Can you imagine though him being like at the end of a deadline and just being like, we're just gonna scan Glim now?
I'm sure we'll find a window.
And throw his work out of it, and then we can use the scanner.
No, I meant more like a window when he's not even in the room.
Yeah. Like here I've very thoughtfully not filled in the hairline for you. Like an asshole. Very quiet, Mike. You okay?
Trying to focus on stuff. Sorry. Like
Okay.
I'm trying to do like a stylized version of the character, and the first one wasn't really working out. This one's faring a little better.
He might not want you to use up the digital ink to print it onto the computer. What crazy world is this?
Oh no.
Ooh. Haikyuu. That'd be cool. I've heard that there's another good sports anime from the same person who made Haikyuu.
Oh, cool.
It's either by the same person or it's very similar to it in terms of the character development and everything. So I'm interested in seeing that about running.
Yeah, good style, right?
Trying to get his hair so it looks like it's flowing. And it's following where he's going. That's what you call follow through and drag. I think it's already released. It was on the Mother's Basement Best Anime of Fall 2018. So you must have seen it somewhere. Probably on Crunchyroll or something. That was a long 5 hours. Emma. Thank you for coming to the Twitch side. I don't know what's up with YouTube. It's been weird.
Yeah, sorry, but maybe this is a sign.
Don't apologise for them.
Well, yeah, maybe this is a sign. Like, YouTube can
Go suck an egg.
Yeah.
Such a weird expression.
Have you ever tried to suck an egg? I think it's meant to be like suck an egg and then close in your mouth. Egg farts in your mouth.
Oh, right. Go suck an egg so it explodes in your mouth. Of course. I haven't ever tried to suck an egg. No. You think it would explode?
I think it's just like uncomfortable.
So it's the same thing as being like, go and hover over your chair but don't sit. Hey, Emma, I'm proud to be a bloofer.
What is a bloofer?
Been a
Please
bloofer my
describe.
entire life. My father was a bloofer. My father's father was a bloofer. Blooftube.
Blooftube. What is a bloofer?
Someone who likes to loose films.
That's a bloother. Lex Bluther.
Lex Bluther. It's pretty good. Like that.
You would.
I do.
Okay.
We're all on Steiny's side. Hey, yay, 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 yay! Welcome to Twitch. Orphans of the Red Lord. Why did he forsake us? Why have we been forsook? Forsooken. I want to like YouTube. It just keeps making itself really unlikable.
Yeah, it really does. Like,
I keep trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, and then it keeps like doing things to hurt creators and just doesn't seem able to complete the tasks it's built for.
let's jump to Twitch. Let's do it.
no.
Okay.
What's a roofer? Unless is it someone who builds roofs or repairs roofs?
I think something to do with
A shingler. You watching it in livery?
yeah. It's the I can't be bothered to explain it.
Long butts, real yoinks.
It's like all the animators are standing outside the window in the rain while the Let's Players are having a party. Animating and Let's Playing is super difficult.
It's a lot of fun if you have the time to do it. We have like 2 or 3 half-finished Let's Plays that we had to just put on the back burner. There is no time. Tis this life so full of care. We have no time to stand and play Dream Daddy. Someone who roofs. I roof. I roof all the time.
You roof everywhere.
I do. That's true. Even Let's Players are getting kind of screwed over. There's been a big sweep of demonetization, and now you're unable to swear in the first minute of your video, or use bleeps to censor the first minute of your video, because it recognizes the bleeps as replacing a swear. So
you're not allowed to swear in the first minute of video.
Yeah.
Of Let's Plays.
Of anything, I think.
Oh.
I don't think it's like only Let's Plays you're not allowed to do it. I think it's anything.
So does it does the computer only check like the first minute and then afterwards you're safe?
I guess so.
Right.
Oh my gosh. That would be awesome. Drawing Brooke. Swearing in the first minute gives you a big drop, says Tips. Swearing at all is still bad. It's weird to me that even the sound of the blooper, you're not allowed to use that. You have to use a sound that won't be recognised by the system. Such as, I don't know, a lawnmower or a cat meowing.
Like, Game Grumps swear all the time.
Yeah, that's why I hope that it's not something which is kind of retroactive. Like it doesn't look at past videos and demonetize them based on the content, because it would be very unfair to suddenly change the rules and basically demonetize their entire back catalogue.
Yeah.
Because that would put a lot of people's jobs in danger. Yeah, they won't be able to pay their employees anymore, because I'm sure that most of the money they get is from that monetization.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me to tell with only plays which swearing is the worst swearing, because they're extremely creative in their use of just English language. Their vocabulary is ripe and dangerous. A great video by Ross Scott of the cursed farms on it.
Those accursed farms with their accursed cows.
Nice.
All me burgers are cursed to taste fantastic.
Cursed Farms burgers.
Just force feed the cows to eat cursed gold.
It was way worse at the start and then they toned it down. Oh my gosh. Even it toned down is like crazy. I frequently find myself shuddering at only Let's Plays and the things they say, without them needing to swear at all. The things they say, I'm left. My poor innocent ears.
India is a sensitive child.
I am. I'm a delicate flower. Can't handle this kind of stuff. The entire idea of an AI black box is that we don't know exactly what it's doing. You just give it enough information to try and teach it and then let it go. Terrifying. Truly terrifying. And then on the other end of the spectrum we have dancing robots. Because now those little doggo bots can dance.
Yeah.
And gosh darn it, are they funky.
They can shake their booty.
I really do want them in lots of music videos now. There's no excuse not to have them.
There's an episode of Black Mirror about them.
Do they attack people?
Hmm?
I really don't find them creepy. Some people do.
They do this in it. They do this thing where they have like grenades almost. They're not explosive. They explode and they explode outward a bunch of tracking. So like they'll just fire that up into the air and people on the roof just get, which means that like it allows them to find them over, like, or allows them to track people over long distances. But it's the kind of thing you're injured by it as well. So in order to stop being tracked, you have to take it out.
Sounds like it's less about the doggo bots and more about being people always knowing where you are.
Well, things that use that information.
Yeah.
I think you would
it
like
could
that.
Be any bot though, couldn't it? For that story.
Yes, indeed. It could be any bot, but it's not. It's a dog bot.
I know, it's just it would be nice if it done something unique to the dog bot, like maybe there's a dance party and it's too infectiously groovy. Everyone gets trapped at the dance party.
Okay.
The Algorithm is a great name for a horror movie, I do believe.
Controlled by the algorithm. All hail the algorithm. The thing about an algorithm such as YouTube is if it's curating its own data set, then it's applying the curation to the curator, to the, like, with each subject, so which each subsequent curation, it is like limiting its own pool of. Well, it's not limiting thing because it has external thing. It has external inputs, i.e., people uploading stuff.
You're losing me completely. Go on. If something makes decisions based on averages, and it's averaging
and it doesn't matter. I don't really know how to explain
I want to
it.
hear. Like, it sounds interesting. I'm just unsure what you're saying because it felt like you started several different ways of explaining it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it sounds interesting and cool. Is that what YouTube does? It takes averages.
I don't know how to average. But what I mean to say is, if the system makes changes, it makes changes to itself, it makes changes to its own history, and the history is governed by the changes it made. So it makes decisions based on what decisions it made before. So if you start off on the wrong snowball, it's just gonna snowball into something odd.
Okay, I see. It's like chaos theory, essentially, but with algorithms.
Sim says it's feeding its own learning and influencing its own behavior. Oh, the gate is a little tight, but it's also because I was facing left toward India.
Sorry. Yeah, it's probably because he was explaining to me.
Yeah, Sim says if it learns from how well certain videos do, and then affects how well those videos do, that creates an exponential loop.
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
So it's like, this video was too popular, so I will make this type of video more popular.
And then in the future, it's like, this video was popular.
Yeah,
Yeah. Gotcha.
kind of explains Logan Paul.
Surely the people who made it know that, though. Like, you don't have to be super smart to work that out. So I'm sure that the people who made it know that's a thing. So they must have put in countermeasures for it, right? Or be aware it's happening.
There'll probably be people monitoring it, yeah. But you can't know a whole system that's procedurally changing itself.
No, but if you
In
know
real
it's
time.
procedurally doing that and that it's going to be going down the same road again and again and again, you can maybe make changes. Because I know they've made changes to the algorithm in the past. Why would they need to change it? Well, if they see it's a flawed system. Then they could change it. I mean, I guess it would be a moral problem. And also just I think there's only so much money you can milk out the same thing. And at a certain point you're going to start losing your audience if you're only catering to one type of person. Like a lot of platforms nowadays try to be very broad in what they provide to people. And so if YouTube isn't, then potentially customers will go elsewhere. You know, it would affect search results.
Yeah, but if you're depending on a search result, then you don't know what is out there because it's, we got Gorst.
Yeah, but if you can't find what you're looking for because you're getting a ton of like celebrity videos instead of what you're searching for, because YouTube's become so biased that that's the results it gives you, then you'll go to a different platform if it becomes a pain.
You've got the option to try and find one. Sure.
So surely the advantage is in catering to a wide demographic. Like Netflix does. I have a fairly wide demographic there.
Yeah, but its search thing is a bit pants.
Sorry?
It caters to a wide demographic, but Netflix's search thing is a bit pants.
Yeah, but it's easier to find a variety of things on there.
Yeah. It's still curating to you, though.
Yeah, I believe it, but I thought we were talking about YouTube's algorithm being broken.
Well, okay. The difference between Netflix and YouTube, though, is Netflix controls everything that goes onto Netflix and pushes the content that it feels is relative to your interest at you.
Exactly. So YouTube is going to want YouTube to push interest relevant to you onto you. And if the algorithm means it's going to perpetually just recycle the same things over and over despite people's interests.
It doesn't recycle the same things over and over, but there's a trend I've heard where like people keep getting recommended Why Steven Universe is garbage. Like that. But people are like, I don't want to watch this. It keeps coming up and recommended.
Exactly. So do you not think that eventually people are going to jump ship if they keep getting recommended things they're not interested in?
No. YouTube is now monopolized user-generated video content.
Yeah, they have to look forward though. Like at the point at which a rival appears, like they want their service to have the most audience they can have.
I guess, but rivals have appeared, just haven't knocked YouTube off the top spot.
Yeah, that's true. I probably just haven't noticed that they've appeared because I've been busy using YouTube instead.
Yeah.
Like, have there been
Vimeo, Dailymotion.
No, they're doing the same thing that YouTube is though.
Really?
No.
What did they do different?
Vimeo has a very, very different feel and is focused way more towards stuff like student films.
In your experience, but yeah.
Yes, but all I have to go on is my experience of it.
Yeah.
It's the same with YouTube.
I just mean it's a user video content site.
Yeah, but I don't think it's catering to the same audience. Catch up with the chat to see what everyone's saying. Wow, Stanley says thing is YouTube, as far as I know, it has lost money every year Google's owned it. And Tiff says they can feed it new learning material and hope it learns. That's true. That'd be a way that they could try and curb it. I've never heard of blockchain.
I've heard of it. I've never looked into it.
A Bitcoin mining operation. But Bitcoin's not a physical thing, right?
Bitcoin isn't a thing that exists now. Like, Bitcoin started out as like people would use your computer to calculate, like remotely use your computer to calculate things, which was called like, I think either the data mining or like you'd be mining for Bitcoin. So
right, okay.
Effectively, it was a transaction of processing for currency.
So wait a minute, I can't be getting this right. So they want to use the dam to mine bitcoins. Like they want to use the computers there?
Oh, I didn't catch that.
a company came out of China wanting to like buy a dam.
I don't know if that was related to Bitcoin.
Okay.
Oh, it was meant for Bitcoin mining. I don't know.
That is weird. You'd think they would. Maybe it was the cheapest place that they could buy. I don't know.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. They wanted
Maybe
to,
like power.
like, yeah, the dam is generating electricity, so they wanted to get free electricity, I guess, so that they would make more of a profit on the Bitcoin stuff.
That's pretty incredible. I'm sure this power doesn't need to be used elsewhere. Or do you think they would allow the same thing to happen again, where Bitcoin gets super, super valuable? Or do you think they'll have a lid on that now that it's happened once and they were like, oh shit, this happened? We should make sure it doesn't happen again. Emleth has no clue how Bitcoins work. That's okay, Emleth. I'm also extremely new to understanding how any of this stuff works.
I didn't think it was like something you found. I thought it was like,
It's just a currency you could use.
I thought it was a bit like torrenting, where you would have files on your computer and people would download little bits of that file from lots of different computers. I thought it was like you lent out your computer processor, like they used that to remotely make large like server calculations, and you earn a fraction of a Bitcoin for every calculation that computer. That's what I thought it was.
I literally thought that it was just a currency unique to the internet that you would convert your money into, and it would make it easier to pay for things internationally because you wouldn't need to pay conversion or anything. So you would put your money into bitcoins and then use bitcoins to pay for stuff all over the world instead of converting your currency every single transaction.
I missed the start of it.
I said I thought it was literally a currency unique to the internet, where you just use it to buy things on the internet. So you put your money into it to use the Bitcoin currency, and then the Bitcoin currency incurs no conversion fee.
Right.
You can buy anything you want.
That is a use for it, but it's.
I thought that was all it was. Though, was like literally just.
No, it's not just not only a currency you can convert to. It's a bit like ad revenue, in a way, where you generate money from clicks, sort of.
Oh no. I'm liking it less and less the more and more I hear about it.
Your processor is used to find the really complicated numbers, according to Steiny.
Oh. It operates without banks, that changes how it fundamentally works. Because the government can't have control of it, presumably.
Yeah, what I don't understand is, like, what is the use of a hard to find number?
The decentralized currency. I don't really understand the terms, unfortunately.
Oh, for each currency, there's like a central bank.
Oh, really? Huh.
Um,
that makes sense.
Usually that's where, like, see, money used to be more like an IOU for an amount of gold, but instead of carrying gold around with us, I'll
Yeah.
give you this piece of paper, and then you can take this to a bank, and they will give you the equivalent value of the gold that I owe you.
Except now it's just a paper that has value.
No.
I don't think anyone really wants to get back in gold though. Although actually, yeah, because back when there was the big crash,
People
like,
are buying gold.
actually asking for their stuff in gold.
Well, I think people started to buy gold as a way to, gold and silver as a way to retain
the value.
Yeah, the value of their money.
So they can translate it back without it having crashed.
But yeah, all money is just a substitution for
Gold.
well, the thing that started happening is banks started to make more money than the value that they had in their banks at the time, on the assumption and hope that not everyone that had an IOU came to collect at the same time.
Yeah.
That's why it's
they
not.
They were hedging their bets.
That's why a bank or anything can't just print more currency.
Yeah.
If they run out of money, it needs to have something they can swap it for.
That makes sense. Keeps it accountable. I can see why they thought it would be safe to do that. However, it was not safe to do that. At this point, is it not easier just to have money be money though? Without the gold value tied to it?
Is it easier to have money just be money?
Yeah. Is it easier just to have a fixed rate for things?
Yeah, I don't know.
Tied to gold, because it does after all function in the same way.
Well,
like, valuable as gold apparently is, I can't buy some milk with it.
No. It all comes down to what the concept of value is. Like, money is only valuable because we value it. Yeah. That's literally it. Like, someone will value it, and you can give it to someone, they will value it and give you something of value back.
Exactly, but that doesn't happen with gold in the everyday world. Like, I can't give someone gold and get something back. It's seen as very valuable, and I can sell it for money, but...
And buy it for money, yeah.
But gold itself doesn't do me any good, so since we put all this value, ascribe all this value to paper, like, could we not just have that without it needing to be tied to gold anymore?
No, because the value of money is dependent on the rarity of the gold.
But
so,
why could we not just do away with that?
Because if you did away with the rarity of gold, people would just print money and money would become meaningless.
But you could still surely have control, like, over that aspect of it.
What? How would...
Like, if banks are allowed to exceed a certain amount, based on the amount of gold they have right now, could we not just have a cap? Based on, like, calculations of how much people have invested in them. Yeah, I don't know either.
The difficult answer is and the simple answer is no.
Well, Tiff says that money isn't equated to gold anymore. So we might be, like, completely wrong anyway.
She's saying that money isn't tied to gold. People do just print money, and money frequently becomes meaningless.
There we go. The future.
It's never just simple.
It's
I think
true.
is like there's also the thing that countries have massive amounts of debts to other countries.
Yeah.
And banks have debts to other banks. Everyone's in debt to one another.
Who are you in debt to?
Me? Who am I in debt to?
Yeah.
You.
Oh. You must pay me in gold. Money's value is tied to how other countries value that country. That seems like an extremely broken system.
America used to be like the measuring stick for currencies way back in the day. Like the dollar used to be what people compared their own currencies to.
That just sounds like Eurovision for money. Yeah, Stanley, do countries have the right to cash that in whenever they want? I'm assuming not, because otherwise countries could literally just sink other countries with a snap of their fingers just by saying, okay, we want to claim back that money you owe us now.
I think there was agreements made at the time of lending that prevents them from doing that.
Yeah, because that would be insane. Just do everything with trades, like the paperclip dude.
So what we're really saying is all of your money is meaningless and worthless, and you should give it to us so it doesn't clutter up your lives.
Yeah, don't let it, fill up your pockets so you can't put useful things in there like rubber bands.
And cheese.
Who puts cheese in their pocket, Mike?
I've seen
Explains a lot about your pockets.
I've seen someone put an egg in their pocket.
That's okay, Mike, because that isn't stinky and won't rub off on the pocket.
An egg?
Yeah.
Does when it breaks.
As long as you don't break it, Mike. Maybe if you walk around with eggs in your pocket, you'd be more careful.
Not if I lived around you.
Maybe that person's just trying to learn to be more careful. And they're like, I'll put some eggs in my pockets. Then I'll have to be careful. Hocus currency. Tibbs would be so rich. It's true. That's very true, Tibbs. That makes no sense. If you have to pay interest on a debt, you now have to pay more money than exists in the world. And the world can never be balanced again unless you print more money, and money therefore becomes less valuable.
Yeah.
Humans, we're smart.
They're all systems designed to make more money for more people.
More money, more problems. Actually, it would solve a lot of problems to have more money.
We did shut down our Patreon, Stanley, but we felt like there wasn't an equivalent exchange of support
Wait a
to...
second, we didn't shut it down.
No, we paused it.
We paused it. We're still going to post stuff on it. Like, we're still going to use it as we usually would. We just can't guarantee that we're going to be able to get out a post a week. Because we're too busy at the minute. Don't tell people we've shut it down. It's not true.
Sorry.
Yeah. You buy gum. Stanley, you've been so kind. Thank you so much for the support. It does mean a lot. Though we've paused Patreon, it doesn't mean we don't still need the support. It just means that we didn't feel right like promising people that we would be giving them regular content but not being able to fulfill that. Even though it was always just meant to be kind of a blog and a donation service, it still feels like it comes with a certain expectation that I didn't feel like we were delivering on. It's nice though, you're the second person to say that they would still support us anyway, and it means a lot to hear. Because it shows you like how good friends we have. That they really don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tibbs, you've got a plan for freedom. Okay, well this leg isn't working, so I'll just redraw it.
Hamlet's like, you can become my patron, Steiny. Yay!
Yup. Let me just get this foot, and then maybe it'll help you place the other foot better. It's hard at Kia. Has he just been swamped by us talking about economics? It's good though, I'm learning stuff, because I don't honestly know a lot about economics. So it's good to talk about it. Understand how money works.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy who likes to talk. I'm a girl who likes to spend money on beans. I went to the shop yesterday and I bought myself some beans.
Beans.
Now we have no money left, but I have beans.
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 Why did you buy all of the beans?
Thought maybe we could plant them and it would lead eventually to gold through conquest over a giant.
What do you think of this face?
It's very pretty. It feels very Asian.
It does feel a little.
It's lovely though. It's very appealing. It reminds me of something. Like I feel like I've seen an animation in that style. I don't feel like it's an anime, so I feel like
I'm not aiming for anime anymore. I'm like trying to get a kind of stylized, but not.
Yeah, it reminds me of something. Yeah, unless I think that's kind of how we were feeling. Is even though the way we look at the donations is as donations rather than as patrons, we still felt like because it was Patreon we were receiving them on, there was an expectation there, and we didn't want people's money to be taken if we weren't matching the expectation.
Yeah.
I might have to move him further over. Or maybe I can just be better. It's so weird. It's like he has a tiny leg now. I mean, he does have tiny legs, but his legs are giving me hell. So hard to draw. I might be able to get away with it for one frame. see. We'll see if I can manage to get away with it. Being horribly off model for one frame, just because I don't know how else to do it. Yes! Oh my gosh, Tibbs, I love when they draw the shoes. I have a couple of movies saved to my computer for inspiration, where it's literally just the main character's shoes as he's about to start running.
Yeah.
Because they animate like the weight of the foot going into them, and the way that he's like bracing his foot in the anticipation of running, and it's just like, ah, this is why this is oh, so good. Shoes makes me want to animate shoes just really competently. Yeah, there's so much detail on them, and everything moves in a very particular way. This is a very weird leg shape. Come on, India. Do the leg shape well. Or at least do it so it's kind of passable. It just looks so weird. If I can.
Iron has small corgi legs.
You tried it once. I remember, that came out really well though, Tibbs. Like, it looks beautiful. Your ink girl. I think that you did a really good job with it. He does have small corgi legs. This is starting to feel a little bit better at least. Like, I think it works with the previous frame, even if it doesn't work as a drawing on its own. And I guess that's the most important thing. You plan to do a really long animation with Lynn, then you realise that time is limited and one day we'll all be gone, and so you decide to do other things. Well, one thing you could do is a really cool long animation with Lynn.
Did you just flip that on his head there?
I think it could still be cool. But yeah, obviously it's up to you. I think what you chose to do, which was an effects test every week, was a really good idea. I'm sorry that other work has derailed that at the minute. Looking forward to seeing more of that next year, definitely. Who even cares about the song? It's behind the piano, right? I don't have to worry about it, right? It's behind the piano. No one's even gonna look there. No one's gonna look behind the piano. So I can do whatever I want with it. Do whatever I want. I can fit suddenly to this frame because it's behind the piano.
Behind the piano.
Behind the piano. No one knows what happens behind the piano. Such a mystery behind the piano. All your dreams can come true behind the piano. You will find me.
Won't find you.
You will find me.
You'll find the algorithms.
You'll find the algorithms behind the piano. That's why we keep them. We just seal off his stump.
Cauterize that wound in there.
Yep. Sorry, hand. You're not needed.
Get out of here.
Get the hell out of here.
You best start believing in algorithms. You're in one.
Maybe the character could be slightly Asian.
I thought you wanted more of a kind of mountainous Norse vibe.
I do.
Have you tried looking at Norse women?
I have. But I'm slightly considering that.
You just want her to be more attractive?
No.
Hang's head. Are you sure?
No, it's not. Like, are you saying Norse women aren't attractive?
No, I'm just saying that you seem to keep giving her non-Nordic features.
I know.
Because you want her to be look really petite and pretty, I think.
No.
No? What were you going to say?
I was going to say that if she were to meet a Norse god, she doesn't necessarily have to meet the Norse god in Scandinavian area.
No,
like if you think
that when you were talking about the character, you said that she was.
You did, yeah.
So why are you thinking to change it?
I'm just considering the change, like, if that... I've drawn this character and I quite like the look of them.
Yeah, like that's mainly what I'm wondering, is it just purely for aesthetic reasons?
Right now it is, but this is marking the change of me considering it for being story reasons and setting reasons as well.
So what would the story reasons and setting reasons be?
What? If she did look like this, and she was from, say, like, Mongolia or that kind of area, the god, if they were ousted from where he usually is, he might have wandered somewhere else on the planet that's not in Scandinavia or whatever.
I think, if you think in Mongolia, I think that's what we base the girl on North on. And I think they have quite broad, flat faces and noses generally. I don't know if I'm misremembering that, but
she doesn't.
She seems more. The sketch you have seems more petite than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you should choose whichever setting feels best for your story, and then check out women from that place and see what their identifying features are.
Okay.
Because then you'll end up with something potentially unexpected. Rather than designing a girl that you think looks appealing and then deciding to do whichever country she looks like she's from and then making that fit the story.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I don't know, what do you think?
It makes sense, yeah. It just goes against the grain of what I was suggesting, and now I'm like grumping over it.
Oh, what were you suggesting?
I was suggesting reconsidering where she was from and simply just reconsidering it and thinking about it rather than being like, well, she doesn't look like that, it wasn't meant to be that, and that's not what you were intending to do.
I don't think that's bad in itself. I don't think reconsidering where she's from is a bad idea. I just think if you're just basing that change on the way she looks, then it might be better to think story first. It's important as it is to have an appealing main character. I think partially I have it be in my bonnet because I get tired of main characters always having to be these like really pretty looking women.
Okay.
Because there's so many cool, different looking people in the world, you know. Tim says, what if you gave her a big bushy beard?
I'll attempt to find ugly, fat Norse women. They don't necessarily have to be overweight. It's just
Whoa,
simply,
dude.
simply.
Jeez.
I scrolled past that as I was saying it.
That? You mean that person?
That person.
Who's
Yeah.
probably perfectly nice and fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if they're slightly overweight and not appealing to you, but like I think it's important that adventures can happen to anyone, and I'm tired of models being the only people adventures can happen to. I'm not saying you have to make a quote ugly and fat. I'm just saying that maybe you should think about the aesthetics that will serve the story best rather than the ones which look most appealing straight off the bat.
Okay.
Nothing's like, uh-oh, Doig made a pretty woman. Yeah, now he's for it. That's a very good point, Tibbs. Tibbs says, I don't think there's a problem with main characters being pretty, but the problem comes from people depicting pretty as the exact same thing constantly. I would agree with you there. I think that's a good way to say it. The problem is the representation of what pretty is and the very limited view people have of what that can be. So what kind of woman are you going with?
No idea.
Well, I think the point was to think about what kind of woman you'd be going for.
I was just gonna draw and see what happened.
Ah, sorry, I thought you were drawing from reference. That is my beard. My beard? Adam says, isn't it up to the artist to determine what they believe is pretty? Maybe it's more important in bigger media to have a larger diversity in terms of what is pretty. Yeah, I guess so. I think it is up to the artist to determine what they think is pretty. I think I do have a problem with prettiness being the priority though.
Do you think that I'm drawing in a way that's prioritizing prettiness?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I know that it's something that tends to happen with female characters, whereas male characters, the priority isn't as frequently on how handsome they are. It's more likely on who they are as a person, what their function is in the story, what kind of person they are, rather than how attractive they are. Whereas it feels like for a lot of female characters, the primary focus is on how appealing they are visually first, and then people start thinking about, well, she's an explorer, or she's a this, or she's a that.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless I would agree with that too. Is I can get on at Mike about how I think they should draw different characters, but at the end of the day, it's completely up to him what he draws. And if I want to see other characters, I should just do it myself. Like, something me and Mike like saying is be the change you want to see. So, yeah, as someone who has a problem with that being the priority, I tend to try and make my female characters less so. I try to prioritize who they are as people before how visually appealing they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if more people try to exact the change that they feel would benefit media, then we'd have more interesting stuff out there. Yeah, I think people with like more expressive faces and more extreme facial features are more fun to draw. I mean, we grew up watching things where all the characters are very appealing, and we get good reactions from drawing appealing characters. So I think we all grow up practicing that more. So it's no surprise that we're not as good at drawing less appealing characters, or rather less conventionally attractive characters. Yeah, tips. I think that'd be interesting too.
Yeah, this character originally started out as a male character, and I made the flip over to a female character, but I haven't made any of the kind of I'm still stumbling over the fact that it's a girl and trying to design a girl character from a male point of view is
It's okay though. Like I don't feel like the male version of the character was ever completely solidified either.
they weren't, no.
So you're still kind of in the same ballpark of just trying to concept.
Yeah, but what I mean is I'm still stumbling over the make your protagonist conventionally attractive. Well, effectively, I'm just like I'm gonna try and draw a girl that is appealing, and that would appeal to me. It's something I pick up and read.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're all kind of hardwired in a way to be attracted to things that we are attracted to, and so I think attraction and appeal gets mixed up. And so you want to create appealing characters, and I want to create appealing characters, but the females that appeal to me, some of that is based on visual, and some of that is based on attraction.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get past my attraction character. You know what I mean?
Well, I think starting from a place of story and history is going to help you, because if you keep drawing from your head, you'll keep drawing the same girls over and over.
Probably.
But if you look at where do I want to be from, like what kind of equipment would you need, what kind of body might you have?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of body do people who do this kind of thing a lot have?
I'm simply drawing the face at the moment.
Yeah, but even if you're just drawing the face, looking at the typical facial features of the region that you're drawing from inspiration from might help you to start off with something you wouldn't normally start off with, and it might lead in interesting directions. I'm still just trying to draw a hand and make it look convincingly like a hand. Yes, Tibbs. More big nose girls. I love me some big nose girls. I love Pearl from Steven Universe. And what's that like amazing race of people from Zelda? Are they the Gerudo? Where they all have very tan skin and very large noses, and the design's super cool. And of course, there's Sylvia. But yeah, I get tired of girls always having this kind of nose. It's always this little tiny dainty ski slope. Gets smaller and smaller and smaller in every person. Like, I used to be self-conscious about how big my nose was, but now I really like it.
Yeah.
It makes me different. It's super easy to caricature on myself. Really fun to draw. And it's a really nice feeling, because back when I was a teenager, I never thought I'd like that part of myself.
Yeah.
I really do.
I really do like that aspect of you as well.
It's what makes me super unique. Aiden Drake says, I used to hate my nose, but I've learned to like it. Much like one does with the burn rubber taste of dark coffee. Yeah, once you start drinking that coffee, you're like, you know what, this ain't so bad. I'm left, yeah, ex-friend. I'm glad they're an ex-friend now. It's not a cool thing to say. That's one of the things I really like about the way that Hardick draws people. Is Hardick ain't afraid to slap some big noses on some characters. And they look really cool. I think stylistically, they look quite French in terms of the animation. That's something I remember Tibbs saying, and then I was like, you know what, yeah. Both in the design and in the motion. Oh, Tibbs. Well, I mean, it is whatever makes you happy is worth it. But as someone who used to also be super self-conscious about my nose, I can say I'm really happy that not that I ever could do anything about it, because I've never had the kind of money to do that, but I'm very happy I never did do anything about it, because I think it's super cool now. And having met you, honestly didn't notice anything like noticeable or odd or anything about your nose or your face. I thought you were awesome and lovely and cool. So I was a bit surprised when I heard that you didn't like it, because I was like, I didn't even notice it. You consider about your chin, but MLF, you have such a good chin. I'm sure you have a very good chin. There's a bump on the bridge of your nose. I think I might get one of those when I'm older, because my mum has one. So then it will be big and it will have a big bump on it. But I will, again, be super easy to caricature, so you know very well. But yeah, I didn't notice that Tips at all, I promise you. But then I think our own, what we see as imperfections are often blown out of proportion to us compared to everyone else. Something which bothers us about our face, we will see every single time we look at it. Whereas other people may not even notice. Like, we watched Paranorman the other day.
Everyone's face is crooked.
And yeah, I love it.
It's great.
I love how appealing every character is. Even the sister, who's meant to look very attractive, her face proportions are so, like, crazy out from the norm. So interesting. And they feel like real people, because I know people who have faces like that. They're caricatured so skillfully. And there's so many crooked angles in the faces, but they're so appealing. And they're so cool and interesting to look at, and that's how I feel about people. Is media makes people want to look a certain way, but people look so cool already, you know? Yeah, your face is your art. It's my new slogan. My face is my art.
I'm just gonna get a drink. Be right back.
Wow, really, Tibbs? Okay, I'll see you in a second. People tend to get rhinoplasty because they take selfies of themselves and it makes their nose look bigger. Isn't there something you can do with the focal depth to lessen that effect? Everyone knows that feeling when you go to take a photo and your camera's flipped the wrong way and you just see like a million chins and then like a sleepy baggy eyes and up a nose and you're like, oh no, it's me. How did this happen? Yeah, in fact, let's take a second to appreciate the paranormal designs because they are so wonderful. Paranormal characters. Like, I absolutely adore the sisters' design. It's so good. And you can see the relation to the mother as well. And the mother is so cute and fun. Like, they really celebrate the imperfections of the characters. It's just awesome. So lopsided. It's very great. I remember playing this beta game that used a back-facing camera to implement your face into the game was the saddest thing since the game was all nice and bright than your ugly ass chin face in the dark as the sun. That sounds horrific. Oh my gosh. Why would you do this, beta? Oh, that's okay, Aiden Drake. All of our faces look like puffer fishes when we take photos like that. You did it. You did it.
Did you also want a drink?
No. You just having fun. You seem very low this morning. You okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of low. Honestly.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I don't think so. Not feeling bubbly, I guess. I don't mean to. I'm really sorry that.
Okay. Just want you to feel okay. there anything I can do?
I just think I'm finding it difficult to draw this morning, and so like I thought, oh, this is a cool design. I might go forward with that. And then I should really consider more things about it. So I'm gonna do that.
It is a very cool design, though.
Not appropriate.
Well, it might be.
I don't know if it is.
Huh?
Yeah, it might be, but I don't know.
Me either, but it's always there for you. You can always come back to it because it is a really nice design.
Hey, Rolando! Rolando!
YouTube was not working this morning. At least not for streaming. It didn't want to let us stream, so we're just here on Twitch instead for today. I know, right? I'm like, it's so confusing. You do, Tibbs. You make it easier for us. Thank you for the million emojis, Rolando. Look at those cooler boats.
Such. Trying to find like darker haired Scandinavian search. Kind of all.
What if you had light hair?
Okay.
That's. I mean, what if you had light hair? That could be cool, right?
Yeah, I'd always picture the character with dark hair.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my fragile state, I've told you something that I'm searching for, and your feedback on that is, why don't you do it different? And like, I'm like, sure, okay. I don't really have the.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying, like, it's cool to be interesting. It's cool to be open to new, interesting possibilities that you may not have thought of. Like, if you're looking for a certain type of woman and it's primarily one thing, it could be cool just to try it out. You don't have to go with it.
Yeah. Just trying to be transparent about why why I didn't react well to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if someone said, oh, I'm trying to design a character and they're like this, like, have you considered this other different way that's not the one that you decided on? Like,
what?
Yeah, I'm just telling you what my aim was.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I know
I
you
didn't mean
didn't.
to shoot you down or anything. It's just like I thought that the reason you were searching for reference was because you wanted to break away from your current design. If you're searching for reference, explicitly looking for something which just looks like the design you already have, then you might as well be drawing from your head, you know?
Okay. I'm trying not to drop them.
Yeah.
Why I'm looking for reference.
I think it's good, but you are. You made this one. It's a good one. I like it, Rolando. Rolando has a very cool stream. Rolando's stream layout is one of the things that inspired our stream layout. Because back when we were trying to design it, he was really, really helpful in giving us tips on what to make it, how to make it look good, and what kind of stuff we could have on there. Yeah, and also, if anyone who doesn't know, Rolando's pixel art is just awesome. Who's Jeff Bezos? I'm probably saying that name wrong. Bezos?
Guess it's probably a Twitch founder or someone high up in Twitch.
The Twitch Lord.
Yeah. Sir Twitch himself.
Sir Twitch. I've journeyed all this way to meet you, Sir Twitch. Far from the land of the YouTubes.
I mean, I think Twitch's structure in that they promote channels that have more viewers at the time is an interesting one, because then you're more likely to pick up traction faster on Twitch than you are on YouTube, where you're not really, I don't know how much promotion you get on YouTube.
As far as I've seen, none.
Yeah.
Like, literally none. I think people who stumbled across us have done so purely through luck, or being recommended by others.
And like, I don't know.
There's just a lot of stuff I don't like about Twitch's way of doing things.
Like what?
Like the fact that you can't skip back in the video.
Yeah,
in case you wanted to see some stuff from the beginning. Like the fact that they're not kind of automatically archived for you and they disappear after a certain amount of time.
If you're a partner on Twitch, they don't disappear.
Like the fact that people like have to pay to get the emoticons and stuff and subscribe to you.
People have to pay for a lot of things though.
Okay, sure they do. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't like they would have to pay for that.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think people have to pay for a lot of things as a good enough excuse.
Okay.
You know, and the fact that it's not really a place we could put our content and categorize it as we do on YouTube. So, and I find the chat very difficult to read.
It does become difficult, yeah.
So all those things.
As
well as just your interface feeling less polished and easy to use. In terms of me navigating the site and trying to find people who I want to watch.
Yeah, I must say I'm not much of a user or viewer of Twitch. I can see that being like less. I think it's catered more for a different type of audience. Sure.
Yeah, maybe so. See, you know her. Yeah, like I think what I want is a place to put animations and stream, and maybe that's not this place. Which is why it's a shame that YouTube, which seems really good for it, is frequently terrible.
Well, the YouTube so far has demonetized us, removed our ability to schedule content, and what else? That's about it, really.
That's it. That's all that's happened. But I meant with YouTube, the algorithms really don't favour people who make animations.
Yeah.
You know? And it seems like it's screwed a lot of creators over, which I don't like. And it seems to just not be functioning today.
Yep.
So I meant more just the problems of the way it's set up. But yeah, that's irritating that they decided that we weren't allowed to be YouTube partners anymore, or whatever you call them. Because we think because we used copyright music on the streams every morning.
Because we what?
We think it's because we used copyright music on the streams every morning.
Yeah, that's probably the thing. I think there's also a factor that we didn't monetize. Well, I don't know. Like, who really knows? You can't even ask them, and they're not allowed to tell you.
Yeah. I don't know. Removing monetization because we didn't monetize seems like a strange solution.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be nice to have the option in the future sometimes to monetize something. Even if we decide not to do it, it's nice just to have the option. And scheduling videos was really important to us. It's going to make doing Let's Plays way harder now.
Yeah.
Because we're literally going to have to sit and try and upload it at the same time every day.
Yeah. I don't know how prepared I am to do that, honestly. Is it like...
I'll do it.
Well, we did it like when we used to go out to life drawing, or we might be out. We're not at our computer the whole time.
Yeah, I know. But I'll try and do it as best I can, because I'm the one who wants to do the Let's Plays and I enjoy them. And I think we've done some good ones that I really want to upload.
Yeah.
I will make sure I do it. You don't have to. But it does suck that I will have to like sit there at 6 o'clock every day and try and upload as close to the mark as I can.
I mean, you can upload and set them private and then set them public time.
That's true. I'll do that then. The algorithm. It's true. But Twitch really doesn't give me a platform to upload Let's Plays and animations to anyway. So it's really just a matter of YouTube is the place where I can do it.
Yeah. Bye, Tib.
See you, Tibbs. Have a safe landing. Yeah, I think if you don't have any stuff on YouTube, there's not really a reason to start.
Yeah, the thing we benefit from YouTube is the subscriber count.
For us.
Yeah. Like people who watch the videos or animations and stuff might find the stream time.
Yeah, like it's definitely helpful to have all of our stuff in one place. That's the main reason that I would want to stick with YouTube, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, the thing that we could do is still use YouTube, still use Restream, stream to YouTube privately, and then upload that content later. So that they're all, like, you get the same thing, you just don't get the live content on YouTube.
Sounds like a lot of effort.
Okay.
Like, but we could literally just stream to YouTube and have it automatically upload for us.
Okay, well, okay, let me reiterate what I said. We could still stream to YouTube,
privately,
but privately,
and then
set it. Not upload it, just set the setting to unlist.
Why would you want to unlist it? Oh, because Twitch doesn't allow you to stream to multiple things.
No, okay. Yeah, like, okay, we just continue as we are.
Isn't that the thing, is that Twitch doesn't allow you to stream to more than just Twitch? Isn't that the problem?
Yeah, if we were to go for the affiliate partner path, yeah, they don't allow you to stream to elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
It wasn't that directly, I just meant that if we wanted to focus more on Twitch, then it would be like you could still have all your videos, all your streams on YouTube, but we just wouldn't share them at the time so that more people go to the Twitch. Yeah.
I guess.
But I don't necessarily want to do that either.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who watch us on YouTube might not necessarily want to go to the Twitch. Although I appreciate that you're all here today. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
But I think definitely if our subscribers are on YouTube, people are way more likely to find us if we happen to be streaming when they're looking. See you, Ramla. Thanks for hanging out.
See ya.
Stanley, are you off too? If you are, then see you. Good night and have a good sleep.
Okay, Stanley, take care.
Maybe we too should head off since it's 9:30.
Yeah, seems about right. I started drawing a whale.
It's good.
Yeah. Thanks very much for joining us this morning, and hopefully catch you next time we stream.
Tomorrow.
That would be it. Because it is Thursday, yeah. Be around tomorrow.
Have a good Thursday, everyone. Have a great day full of surprises and joy and art, and I hope you get all of your personal projects done and good, and work is good, and you sleep well. All the good stuff.
Okay. Yeah. May the rest
Of your day
be filled
with
adventure.